Hello everyone, Schoolhouse Intuitive Tarot. I'm here to do a weekly reading for Libras, any placement you may have Libra. These are general, not personal readings. Please only take what resonates. Remember, you have free will, final say. Your intuition knows best. Check out that description box, please, for the decks I use, as well as the disclaimer. Again, reminding you that you have free will and final say. So we're going to see what's going on for the upcoming week of about September 4th to around the 11th, somewhere around there. Okay, so the energy is, time is kind of elusive here. So things are always flowing and fluctuating, and so let's just see what comes out for you though, Libras. And please know that I do appreciate all your likes, shares, comments, subscriptions. It really helps my channel. All right, should I stay or go? This is a moon in Gemini. This is about indecision. Very much reminds me of the Two of Swords, So that is card 15. All right, if 15 means something for you maybe, or the number 6 might. Sixes in tarot generally or numerology, generally having to do with harmony, integration, that sort of thing. And let's see what else we have. Get you another oracle card or two. I do channel as I'm delivering these messages, so you may hear me call out things that seem random to you, but they're specific to maybe even just one person, but they're someone's message. There's a name, actually, speaking of which, there's a name coming through right now that's it's like Veronica. It's almost like Veronica, but then there's like an H in there. So it's something like it could be combining names like Harmony and Veronica. Or so it's like maybe you're Harmony and the other person's Veronica and you're trying to work together and create harmony. I don't know, but there's some sort of name like Veronica or Harnook or, there could be many variations. Illuminate the shadow. Focus on a solution. Let's take a look at what this is. All right, so we're getting some crow, raven energy. This is some music here. I'm getting like they're, something about vision here. We have peacock too, being proud. There's also seeing sort of like a ram as well as like a black panther. So this is really using all of your intuitive abilities and being like certain within your own vision and within yourself to be able to make a decision that is best for you. This could involve your finances. I am getting some golden energy here, where maybe you haven't quite had the clear direction yet. Now this could only be for some of you, but this is definitely about your power here. And you being that leader and taking charge here. I'm feeling fire energy here with this. But this is you being the one who sheds light on something. It does say illuminate the shadow. I go really deep within the cards. I'll forget all about what the words say, I'm like, so yes, it does seem as though that it is you, in fact, illuminating this darkness, if you will. Oh, it's actually, there's something quite emotional here with this. This may be very heavy. You could have felt a magnetism to someone or something too. You may still feel it. I'm getting the color violet, or it's a name. I'm actually hearing something about Lake Ontario too, which could be completely unrelated. Also opalite is coming in, or opal. Maybe that's your birthstone, Libra. Some of you are born, I think it's, well, I know for October, that's what it is. In September would be sapphire, but for the actual, I forget if it's the stone for Libra is in fact still opal. Like if for all Libras, I'm saying. I know we have a variety. I think we have lapis lazuli as one. Anyway, something to think about. Speaking of crystals, let's get a daily crystal that may be helpful for this upcoming week. So we're going to look at common themes here, basically. What can you expect this week? So far we have, it's almost like, basically I'm seeing this as, if you're unclear about a decision, going, wait, now I'm getting something else. It may cause you to go outside of your habitat, is what I'm hearing right now. Sort of like a snake shedding its skin. It's like you, until you're willing to go out, we have to pick a direction. And until we're willing to pick that, even if the direction seems quite lofty or the goal quite lofty, or a direction that, no one else is going, like, and as you can see, there's only one pointing, there. Oh, and under here we have a spider here. I don't usually pay attention to the mat even, but we do have this spider here. And that's, the number 8 reminds me of cycles. It reminds me of the strength card too. So having that courage to be the one who weaves your own dreams, be a weaver of your own dreams, okay? That's about as much time as I'm going to spend petting a spider ever, I think, okay? All right, and so, yeah, and right under here we do have our own, looks like a crow based on the beak. So much here about intuition, and also you're being spoken to by spirit or your guides or something. I think it's especially true at this time, especially post super moon here. I feel that energy is going to be with us for a while to come, that super moon, blue moon in Pisces. I think that's not going to happen again till, I want to say 2037. I think it happens twice in 2037. But anyway, wow. So as far as it being in Pisces, I believe. I'm hearing something about a helicopter ride. So if you get to go on a helicopter ride or you went on one with someone, I mean, that's cool. I like heights. So Celestite, soothe your soul. So do whatever you need to do to soothe your soul. I'm hearing something about a sound bath. Maybe sound would be helpful for some of you, healing in that way. Celestite's a very calming stone. It can help with connection to, the divine, your true calling, your higher calling, among other things. Yeah, this is a good. Now they have the polished kind too. I find holding Celestite very soothing when it's when it's been tumbled and it's smoothed out. Oh, I just heard Curtis, the name Curtis, or Kurt, Kirsty too, Kirsty. Some variation of that name. There's so many variations of Kirsty, right? But the first thing I heard was Kirsty. I'm mostly hearing Laura. Some variation of Laura, Lorelei, Laureen, something like that. Someone is seeing you as a majestic empress, or I'm getting one of your guides coming through and telling you and reminding you that you are in fact majestic. You are the empress. Libra, Empress. Empress is the Libra card, one of them anyway. It's Taurus as well, but our other card's Justice as far as the major arcana. But it's like realizing that you have all you need. Again, that illumination from within. You know what, Libra? I just did your September reading yesterday, I think, and that came out about one of the final messages, which is funny because now we're getting at the beginning of this one and it was towards the end of that one, that it's the last message that I got for you from Spirit was something to the effect of, and I don't usually remember, and I don't watch the readings either, I just channel them and that's that, but it was something to the effect of like not seeking illumination outside of ourselves, but when you find yourself in the darkness, you are the light, that sort of thing. This sort of this illumination that's like glowing from you, and that's your true, that's how you'll shine. And that there was something in there too about self-love. So if you haven't checked that out, check it out. I released it on Thursday. But yeah, definitely check into that because I feel like we're already getting kind of a flavor of that. It makes sense because this is actually just going to go right into that first week of September. I mean, we're already in September as you're viewing this. So yes. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Interesting. Getting some of the same messages. And let's go ahead and just, let's get into tarot now. I wonder if I'm getting Cobra too. So this is only telling people your plans when you're ready to make a move, right? and not just sort of leaving your eggs hanging out in the basket in the mall. You know, we have to be very, our plans and our goals and wishes and desires are fragile, especially when we're still in the making of them, you know, when we're still trying to figure things out. I just heard somebody say something about restoring things back to factory settings. That could be very specific, or it could be a metaphor. So it may mean going back to basics. Temperance. You know what? The Temperance card came up at one point in the September reading. This is one reason I'm using some of the same decks too, is I want to see what comes over throughout the readings. So I'm going to use similar decks, not exactly the same for all the readings, but I'm doing this for the weekly all signs too. All right. It just helps me know, like, you know, and the viewers know and remember, oh, that came up in my, you know, moon sign reading. And then it also came up in, you know, in this reading. So we Temperance and the Page of Swords. Okay. Temperance, the Page, and one on the bottom, the Hanged Man. Okay. So, the Hanged Man also came out in a pre-shuffle I did for you. Okay. So that's when I'm getting, you know, the energy into the cards, and, you know, we're talking already before the camera starts. And so Temperance with this Celestite, I really enjoy this for you. This is a very soothing energy. Temperance is Sagittarius card. Okay. There's something here about wishes coming true. It has something to do with your own healing too, though. Of course, with this card, we're always reminded to have, you know, moderation and that sort of thing. But you may be, and I said this in the September reading, Libra, you may be very drawn to the color magenta. I look at the color magenta, I feel colors, and I feel it as a very intense, generally for me, magenta is an intense, spiritually charged color. It's one that is like, it accompanies you as you're spiritually ascending, or when you're about to make a big step, and like spirits basically applauding. That's how I feel the color of magenta. That's part of how I feel it. I feel it in other ways too. But so this could be something about, it could also be something about like reprogramming, okay? Like clearing unconscious programs. That's why I was getting, like, go back, restore to factory settings. So this, again, this is exactly what this is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, guys. All right, so this is about you clearing your you know, unwanted patterns, decluttering. That came up in September too. You know, this is about you connecting to your higher self and to your guides. And this is one of those cards that features those angel wings. And so that is like a, hey, we're here. The divine is here for you. Now, then we have the Page of Swords, and this is the message. Now, I feel the swords pointing to this Temperance. So there will need to be some patience as this message comes in. The pages are messengers. It's also a youthful energy, potentially. And this, again, there's something here, there's a message here about being watched, or you're watching. This is sometimes sort of a watchful sort of energy, this Page of Swords. Now, that's an air card, so Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and you have Gemini already here too. And then you have the Hanged Man here. So this is, it could be some sort of, again, a pause, all right? You're getting clear here on something. This is that illuminating here. This is part of the illumination process, this Hanged Man. The Page of Swords, again, this can also be, you may be learning something new, and you may be having to take your time while you learn something new, or you may realize that you're developing your skills more to do something maybe you've always wanted to do. I am getting celebration here. I'm actually getting birthday party. So happy birthday to some of you. Maybe some of you are Virgos, or, you know, you have Libra placements, or, okay, so something very interesting just happened on my table. There's no explanation for this except that it just happened. I have flowers that were essentially just handed to me. Actual flowers that I have on my table. They are sort of like some sort of cherry blossom type looking flower. They're faux flowers because I don't get enough sun over here for real flowers. But Not, well, unless I buy them cut them. But anyway, that's beside the point. Someone may be giving you flowers. Okay. So these were just given to me, and I'm a Libra. So, yeah, wow. So you may be getting flowers or some other surprise that comes out of nowhere. It's almost like, it's like shocking almost. You're like, did that really just happen? So something positive, I feel, could certainly surprise you. If you're wondering what color these flowers are, some of you may be wondering, they're mostly like a cream or a white color. And then they have a bit of like a mauve or like almost like a grapey pink kind of just throughout. So incredible. I've had that sitting there for years. It's never moved. And now all of a sudden, there it is. Wow. Anyway, okay. So I can't help that threw me a little. I mean, wow. I was also getting something here about uh, firefox, otherwise known as a red panda. And so that's sort of a unique animal. The firefox is not actually a fox, I don't believe anyway. I don't think I have one in my animal deck today, so I'm curious about why that's actually coming up. I'm hearing something too about like leaf or leave. Someone may hand you a leaflet on something, and it could have to do with something spiritual too. That's coming through. Yeah, so let's get back to the rest of that. So, all right, so yes, you could definitely be having some sort of surprise. That's cool. I mean, I was on a roll here, and all of a sudden, they started lifting out of where they're placed and moving towards me. I'm not kidding. I mean, a lot of interesting stuff happens around here sometimes, particularly at this table where I channel a lot. So I'm not surprised, but it's a good energy. Okay. It's nothing to be afraid of. All right. Some kind of special occasion for you though, Libra. You could also be memorializing your mom or something, or somebody, maybe their birthday is coming up and you're going to a cemetery and memorializing them in some way, or having like a gathering in memory of somebody too. Doesn't have to be your mom, but that's coming through. This person, I'm also getting cancer coming through right now too. And cancer in a variety of meanings. It could be the astrological sign, it could be an illness. That's coming through. Possibly connected to that person. It doesn't have to be though. I'm hearing Dorothea. All right, and we have the Two of Cups, so partnership. Hey, interestingly enough, Libra, when I did the Libra annual reading, which I did back on like, I don't know, very early February, because I didn't open this channel till late January. So my annual reading for Libras came out a little bit late because I didn't have a channel yet. But the Two of Cups had come out for September, and it even moved September, October. So there's some kind of partnership here. There was also an energy of the lovers with it. So I did say as one of the potential times for love in your life possibly could be September, October. All right. So as we're starting September, you know, some of you may be going to like if you celebrate anyway, like in the US, Labor Day gathering or an event or something, you may be invited out and you could meet somebody there, or you could reconnect with somebody there, right? But the Two of Cups, this also has one of the, you know, the angel wings in it. So I do feel this is divinely guided, whatever this is. And this could offer a lot of healing for you and the other person. And I feel as though there's been some stages that have been completed, you or the other person or both, whether you knew them before or not. I feel as though you've both gone through such development lately. You'll notice this person's wearing like a wreath on their head, or laurels on their head here in both pictures. And that is sort of like, you know, it's an achievement and accomplishment in this energy right now anyway. It's sort of like these are trophies and not cups. It's like honoring the growth in yourself and in others. And also there's something here about compassion being a key to success. Like if you're compassionate in everything you do, that sort of thing. Now, there's something here about like the thorns on a stem. the thorns on a stem. So being mindful, even with, I don't want to say like, oh, we have to watch out, but there's something this upcoming week. I'm feeling slightly like a bit of like needing to guard ourselves, shield our energy, maybe even possibly retreat, especially with this Hanged Man here. Because I do feel there is this state of healing. And when we are healing, we are slightly more vulnerable, I feel, to energies and things, and just things in general. Like if you're recovering from, say, a cold, you know, you're more likely to get feeling run down or something because you're already fighting something, you know. But there's something there about like having immunity. And again, that can have multiple meanings too. I'm hearing something about the cause and effect of something, of obligations, like making sure you're fulfilling your obligations. All right. Integrity is coming through too. So these are just, you know, common themes. They may or may not all apply to you, but this is what the cards are telling me at this very moment. And things can, of course, change over time. You also have the Devil. So this is Capricorn energy. All right. You have Capricorn energy here. I'm just going to tell you, there may be somebody wearing a mask around. And as I was just talking, right, about shielding and protecting and making sure that, you know, this is also like not letting yourself get burned out and stuff like that. And this is another card that features the angel wings here, or at least, I guess it doesn't. I thought it did. Maybe. No, it doesn't. Sorry, I'm thinking of the Lovers. It doesn't. It does not. Obviously there's horns, but I thought for some reason I was seeing them. Basically what I'm seeing is this could just certainly be just Capricorn energy. Okay. So you could get a message or some clarity, or a Capricorn wanting to start new with you. All right. Or you could have Capricorn as a major placement for you as well. Your best friend could be a Capricorn. I'm just hearing also, I'm hearing like what they call dad jokes. Like someone going, I'll see you later, but they're like, I will see you later. Like, and then they're like hooting like an owl. Because I do have this owl here, but I've had this here for a while, and all of a sudden I was given this like corny joke. So someone you're dealing with may say things like that. Like they do a lot of like word play and things like that. It's like a silly energy. And some people might be like, oh my goodness, and roll their eyes. But I feel like you actually like appreciate it, or this is you I'm actually talking about. Maybe you have that sort of witty like word stuff. I'm also being drawn to the month of May and Emerald. It could also be a peridot, like would be August, but I think this is supposed to be May here. So May or August could be meaningful for you. But with this Devil card, this is again, you know, releasing those toxic habits, addictions, people, places, things that just don't lift you up, right? Because the whole idea here is we really want to keep our eye out for experiences and opportunities that do lift us up and elevate us and put us, you know, in the direction that we want to head to, right? So that we're more, so that we can find solutions and you know, and acquire what we want out of life. And I'm not just talking about material things, right? I'm talking about your bliss here. Let's see what else we get for this. Someone could be very sharp in their words too, like very pointed in their speech this upcoming week. So for some of you, it is a short work week. But I am getting some of you are not celebrating necessarily, but are, it's the anniversary of someone's passing, or it's their birthday. For some of you. But then there was the separate energy of actual celebration, like a more lighthearted celebration. Maybe with balloons and cake. I don't know. Maybe it's a bridal shower or something too. Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is fire energy. So Sag, Leo, Aries. And the Knight of Wands, you see how they're really, I'm focused on how they're focusing on their wand here. And it's interesting because usually the Knight of Wands, you know, is almost as fast as the Knight of Swords and kind of rushing in. This could be an impulsive energy. This could be somebody who, you know, is a chameleon, so to speak. This could be someone who they're viewed as sort of wearing a mask. It could be what you call a false flame, or it could be, I don't know a lot about that, but you know, where you think they're your twin flame and then they're not. But again, I'm being reminded to tell you to watch out for those thorns. They're telling me to look around. So while I'm looking around, oh, do you see that? There are thorns right here. Let me get a light on this, a magnifying glass. Maybe you can see them. Do you see that? Do you see these little red things here? I hope you can see that. Maybe zoom in. There are thorns here on this rose. You had roses come up in your September reading. This is incredible. It was kind of connected to a person, a past person, someone who's passed over maybe or something, but this is a separate message. This is about someone having hurt you, or if they had the opportunity, your heart could be hurt in some way. This is because these are bloody. These thorns here are bloody. I never noticed that until just now. And then when I saw it, it's like I can't unsee it now. I had no idea that there were bloody thorns there, and they are nowhere else to be found. They're just right where I was looking, right smack center in the middle here. So very interesting. So I do feel, and I'm not, you know, and I think I say this every reading, I'm not here to scare anybody, but if I see a warning or something that we could possibly, you know, avoid, as far as, you know, getting tricked or anything like that or whatever. Although I just heard someone say, well, I have slick maneuvers, like no one's going to get me this time. Because I feel a lot of us have been through it, and you know, we pay attention to the flags now and stuff. And anyway, so I do feel as though I'd be cautious of this Knight of Wands, particularly heading into this devil energy here and with the Two of Cups. So I would say if somebody tries to come back, because we do have this final bit here of Venus in retrograde, I think until around, well, about the start of this week. So just being careful about that. Not eating poisonous berries either. That could be literally or figuratively, but there's something here about the berries might be sweet, but just be careful, because, and also the poisonous mushrooms. Wow, they're really telling me to look at this mat today. This is so interesting. I mean, there are clues all over it. So basically, there may be something right under your nose as a big sign. Okay, you may notice something you just realized is there, having to do with something this upcoming week, that it was there all along. It was right under your nose all along. Now, if that happens, you know, beware. Don't beat yourself up about it. That's not going to help. That's actually an energy that could keep us stuck in something low vibration. So, you know, we have to make sure we're being forgiving to ourselves. What else with this Knight of Energies, this Knight of Wands? Because I feel like there's an energy of, I'm doing a lot of tongue twisting the words today. It's really interesting. It's almost like being pulled in different directions. So that could definitely be a thing. I'm getting something with someone's hair too. I'm also hearing the name Frigite, or something along the lines of that, or Frigga. Oh, I wonder if it's the goddess Frigg. Possibly. You may want to look that up. The goddess or somebody, angel, Frigg, or some sort of guide, guardian, Frigg. I think it's Frigg. It might be Frig, maybe 2 Gs. Yeah, I would look that up though, because that's pretty specific. So I'm wondering what that's symbolizing, or what that really means. I'm actually really wanting to know. But anyway, so let's move on. This reading's taking me kind of all over the place. This isn't generally, you'll notice, this isn't generally what happens with my readings. It's really interesting. There's so many messages. There's something here about things mapped out, having things all mapped out in front of you. And I'm not sure if that's possible. Maybe you're realizing it's not possible, or you're needing that and wanting it, but it's like you just can't sit down and do it. Like, it's like you just need to sit down and maybe plan and think. And I'm feeling for some reason that maybe you're not getting that time. Well, you might be getting that time this upcoming week. Let's see what we have. Messages for the greatest, highest good of the collective here. Libra, cross watchers too. What do we have? 5 of Swords. Yeah. So, you know, if we weren't sure before, there is this energy of, needing to be some sort of strategic here, making sure that what you grab hold of, make sure you really want it, and that you're not going to be standing here like this one up here looking like, gee, did I make the right move? Did I do it? So take your time that you need to take, Libra. And of course, you have free will, final say, right? I'm not a therapist or anything like that. I'm a tarot reader. I read energy and things. So this leaving somebody, I feel like you've outgrown something or someone, and this is leaving it behind. And again, just making sure that we're not, that's saying, don't bite off more than you can chew, that sort of thing. But at the same time, I'm hearing Arnold, by the way, Arnold. I feel as though we do have to take the chances. And I feel as though that you're safe in what you do. You are safe in what you do. There's some growth here. Again, there's like maturity here. Kind of like it's like nothing you haven't been through before, but it could look, smell, taste different this time. You have the Hierophant with Taurus energy. The letter W, as in Wilkins, could mean something to you. Also, Harley Davidson, or the name Harley or David or Davidson, that's coming through as well. There's something about what you want wants you. Oh, there's Aretha Franklin too coming in. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Yeah. What you want, baby, I got it. Okay, yeah, I'm hearing those lyrics now. So making sure that you're holding yourself in high regard, and that you're showing others how to treat you, that you're not going to be walked on or tricked or treated like a joke or anything like that. So that's coming through. For some reason, I feel as though, I don't know if someone tries to come back this weekend or something, this upcoming weekend here. Or no, sorry, the weekend that I'm recording this, that it'll be posted on. So like around the 1st or so of the 2nd of September-ish. Because again, the energy is actually, this actually will span 2 weekends, because it's, you can give or take a few days on either end. So there could be someone though, but when I say this weekend, because it's a long weekend, so there could, you may hear from somebody, I don't know, and they may have a boat as well, or be close to water, or like water or water sports. But the Hierophant here, this is someone who, and there's something here about balance here with this particular Hierophant. And the letter, the name could start with a T, like Tanea or Tanisha. So that could be coming through. Even Thomas. Okay. So this is a teaching energy too. This is the Hierophant card 5, change. Change. You have 5 here now, so you've got 2 5s. That is again change. With the Hierophant, this is an energy of like tradition, of morals, of education. This is the transference of knowledge. Okay, so this is some kind of knowledge tradition. It's sort of like maybe you have this foundation that you base your decisions off of. Because remember, we're maybe focusing on finding some sort of solution. And it could be, now you notice there are no disciples here. I feel as though this is you like self-educating yourself or educating others on how you, again, it's coming from within is my point. It's all knowledge coming from you. And you know what it's on top of? It's that solo energy of the Hanged One who's here for enlightenment, right? And it's not quite there yet, but then with the Hierophant, we have that, right? And also the Temperance is an energy of knowing how to heal, knowing balance. There's the Temperance card has even further up in the major arcana, farther along in the journey, has mastered all these lessons beforehand. And I do feel this leads to celebration of some sort. So that's happening. This Hierophant's looking forward. You notice a lot of characters are looking in the reverse, but this energy, this low vibrational energy that's possible here, it could be even old versions of ourselves or an old thought pattern or whatever, is looking up to this newfound knowledge, this new confidence, maybe this new clarity, focus. you've learned something new possibly. So this, you could be starting something new, finishing something, or just, it's a week of self-reflection coming up here, potentially. And you have, oh, awesome. You have the Fool card. So this is perfect. And look at the Fool card. Look, oh, I love, you remember the Brady Bunch, and there'd be all the squares of each of each family member, and then they'd all kind of, it was so funny how they did it, especially for the time period, like in the 80s. They'd all be looking down in their square, or up or to the side, as though they're looking at each other, but they're not. They're in their own little box, and that was just like a camera thing they did, right? But that's really cool. Well, this is that perspective. Like, this is you basically looking up to yourself, like, because here this person is, again, the same blue hair, but it's in this new optimistic fresh energy where the journey is starting again. And here we have some white flowers in hand, and I'm getting Toto. Maybe there's like the Wizard of Oz dog, Toto. Earlier I did have Dorothy. I think I said that out loud. Yeah. So there's some connection there, but I never see this dog as Toto, but today I'm seeing the dog as Toto, even though it's not the same color as Toto in the movie. Anyway, I mean, there are versions of it, different versions, but this is, the person has chosen their one. Look, and it even has like this little staff from the, oh, there's so much connection here. Okay, so taking that leap of faith, all right? You may decide, even though there's a partnership offer, that you're going to go on your own. Yeah, you can go your own way. Go your own way. I know, I'm so good at singing. Anyway, I joke. All right. So, new journey, embarking on a new journey, but looking to higher guidance to do so, and be like, almost like, wow, this really did, like, I did this. This came from me, really. Like, you're looking up at yourself with like pride and almost like bewilderment, like, wow, I'm getting this opportunity to start over. Remember the surprise of the flowers that were being like put in front of my face during this reading? Well, that's kind of that energy again coming back. And it's like, you may even wonder, wow, how did I get this opportunity? Now, this is only going to apply to, a small number of you possibly. Okay. So if it isn't your week for the reading, hopefully it's your time next time. But, my point is not everybody's going to get a brand new start at something this upcoming week, right? Sometimes things take time, but I feel like a lot of this reading, especially because it's the start to a new month. Sometimes what happens with the first weekly reading of the month for me, I've noticed, is that I get energy for the whole month wanting to come in that first weekly reading. Okay. So we're getting a little bit of that too, possibly. All right. So this could take a little bit of time, but there could be like the first step, maybe you taking the first step. I don't know if you're, making a phone call or writing that list or manifesting journal. Maybe you did that during the full moon, something to that effect. But working with gemstones too could also be relevant for you at this time. Not just because of this. I always pick, well, not always, but I generally try to do a crystal in here somewhere too. But yeah, that's just coming in as something. Maybe I'm getting some of you recharging under that supermoon, your crystals. You may actually feel the difference in the energy, or they may even look brighter. Okay, so I know that's a specific message for somebody, but brown is coming through. I don't know if it's like brown college, or they're telling me a brown sedan. Maybe somebody has some shade of brown car, or they did, a crossed over loved one possibly. Brown could also be a name of like a person or a dog even. Buster Brown, I don't know. But there's something there as well with brown. Or maybe you're repainting and chose brown, but there is something there. And I'm also hearing something about cooking bacon and Canadian bacon. So that's also, again, I get all these like messages that seem random, but then I'll have someone either email me or leave a comment telling me that, hey, that resonated, so yeah, I just love delivering these for you. And so remember, I always say this with the Fool card, that optimism is critical here. Also, well, it's just, there's going to be an energy, a more optimistic energy. So it's not even like, oh, you have to focus on optimism. No, it's just gonna happen once you're able to have that time. You need to focus, all right, and make the decision, and do what you need to do to soothe your own soul, right? Taking the time you need, doing the healing you need to do. Remember, everything in moderation. We're not burning ourselves out this week, all right? Because sometimes, even though it's like a 4-day work week, it can feel like a 6-day work week just because you had that one day off. I remember when I was teaching, the 4-day weeks were like the hardest because you're still doing all the work, but you're doing it within 4 days now. And I'm sure it's like this for a lot of professions and jobs, careers, whatever. You still have all the work, you still have all your meetings, you still have this and that. But, and also it's just the whole energy is different. Once your schedule is, we forget, like we don't realize sometimes how into our schedules we can be. And so then when we're let out a little bit, it's almost like, it feels kind of intense, so there's something here that maybe you're letting go of, or you're entering, and that it could feel kind of intense for a little bit. But I feel as though it's that they're always remembering, like, this is one part, this is just one part. Everything we encounter and experience, it's all temporary, right? Everything, as far as energy, it's all fleeting, and so it's important that we make the most out of the great parts, and have those celebrations, and complete with cake and candles and balloons. And I just heard someone saying like a rodeo or something. I don't know, but I'm not a rodeo person myself. But anyway, yeah. So it's looking pretty interesting. It's definitely more interesting than it's a little less cut and dry, I guess you'd say, but the messages do make sense. There is a connection here, but you may enter this month and this week, Libra, feeling something kind of heavy on you, almost like, yeah, needing to make a decision. Unless you just came out of it. It's because we did pull that Fool card already. So you may have actually just come out of like what you might call an obstacle course. All right. But if not, the advice so far is like, give yourself time to clear, to soothe, do what you need to do, take the pause you need, celebrating all that makes you you. All right, let's see what we have here. Let's go to a different deck. Oh, and also, as I always say with the Fool card, remember, we just carry lightly. We pack lightly here. We don't bring everything down, let everything burden us. We are letting go of that, say, 10 of Wands, right? We're letting that stress go, that burden go. We're lighter here. We're passionate again, because we could say this is like them holding a wand, so we're inspired action here, okay? So even if it seems like a small step, what the quote there, one small step for man, one giant step for mankind, something like that, when we landed on the moon. Anyway, so I don't always get my quotes and names and all that right during these readings, because I'm really, honestly, not really fully accessing that whole part of my brain that has, information stored. In fact, I'm kind of shutting that down a bit so that I can be sort of a clear channel for you, and not have my own thoughts and facts and things and memories intervening, right? Because we don't want that in a reading. So anyway, yeah. Okay. So traveling lightly as far as this, only packing the lessons, right? Only taking the lessons with you. So let's get you an oracle card. This is a new deck I have. It's the Goddesses, Gods, and Guardians by Sophie Bashford and Hillary Wilson. I don't normally read the names of the people, so maybe those names mean something. Sophie, Hillary, Wilson, Bashford. This is King Neptune having to do with sensitivity. So remember that you're highly sensitive, okay? You're a sensitive soul. This could be water energy for you. Embrace your softness and your vulnerability, okay? Because you already know, like, it's like you already know with this card that you are sensitive and that you have psychic energies, most likely. And you've probably had to shut that down to some degree in the past just to survive. But this is about knowing that your sensitivity is a spiritual gift, and that it is safe to be vulnerable. I feel, and some of you are definitely light workers, okay? That's coming through here too. And this is about taking the steps needed to reconnect with your own higher purpose soul. What do you want? Your connection to the divine. So this is about also possibly too, maybe having some sort of open-hearted conversation with somebody. I'm going back to this. Remember, I was getting like two people wanting to create harmony. I was getting like not harmonica, but like Veronica and Hillary or something. I even back in the beginning of the reading, I can't even remember. But anyway, so there's that. And of course, Neptune is the planet of compassion and forgiveness. So even if it's self-directed. Next, you have Nematona. All right, so Nematona, that's about that. And look, this one has white flowers too. All right, so, and oh, and look, and here's the laurel on her head. All right, so this is you getting in touch with sacred space, safe space. This could actually be in nature for you, okay? And this is about being quiet, listening. This is about feeling like if you felt scattered or uprooted. This is about, you know, no matter what, no matter how small or temporary things are, you know, your home has to feel secure, okay? This is making, you know, even if it's a temporary situation, or say you work and, you know, you spend all these hours at work and, oh, but it's just my home, my work office, or like just that's just my job. It doesn't, you know, I don't have to like my desk. Maybe you do want to bring some things in that make you feel more comfortable, that soothe you during your work day, you know? So this is about finding the emotional safe space. All right. And it's about creating your own healing spaces wherever you are. So you could even create like a small like altar, shrine, or something to that effect at your house, depending on what your beliefs are. You could declutter, do the space clearing rituals that came up, you know, with the cleansing here. This is about, this could also be you could be moving somewhere that you're going to be happier in some avenue of your life, okay? And then there's also, or it could just be not physical moving, but like moving forward with your life in a more, just being happier. And then also so creating that stability, okay? That happiness. Now let's get a few other cards. This is going to be related to sort of, you know, opportunities, possibly money. I'm hearing Benedict. Benjamin could mean something. Hey, the Benjamins. Oh yeah, right. $100 bills. Yeah, Benjamins. Franklin could mean something too. All right, circle of friends and fear of success. All right, so let's start with the fear of success. The message is, this could be the block, all right? A hidden block could be concerned that achieving success will come at the cost of something else valued. I've personally had that happen. Almost like you block yourself from becoming too successful. Because what would that be like? It would be scary, right? Remember, we were talking about this Fool card that made me surprised at how this newness feels, you know, something great could happen. Hey, maybe it's your week for lottery. I'm getting 717, by the way. All right, I'm getting 717. I'm seeing that as like, could be partial numbers, could be your birthday, but if 717 means something to you, buy a lottery ticket. Okay. Hey, it's your money. I'm not telling you to gamble, but you know, anyway, so concerned about achieving success coming at the cost of something else. That could be a real worry here, a fear. And in order to fuel your success, you're encouraged to be patient as you unravel the fear, work through the uncomfortable phase of pushing yourself towards your goals, and reconstruct it with a more positive expectation. That's embracing that Fool card energy. All right. And I'm getting a little bit of Hierophant too. It's sort of like, in order to learn how to come at something with a different perspective, we have to unlearn something sometimes. Okay. But is unlearning something not serving us a loss? No, right? It's a gain because of what you then make room for, something positive. And then you have circle of friends. You know, I think this came out in your September reading too. Your inner circle is having a negative impact on your life. Now, that's just for some of you. It's only if you already know it. Use your intuition. So it's about reevaluating friendships, or I'm going to say not just friendships, but your inner circle. Like, who's in your circle? Reevaluating that. Make it your mission to surround yourself only with people that bring out the best in you, so that you can have an influence on each other in the right way, right? It doesn't throw you off balance. It's something that lifts you up. If you've been around somebody and your energy is just drained, I mean, we've all had friends like that or relatives like that, right? Where you love them, but it's like, gee, you know, every time I'm around them, it's like I have to come home and like heal for 4 hours, basically. I have to like, you know, do some self-Reiki. I have to like take a bath. I mean, I just got to get them, like, I just don't want to talk for 4 hours, you know? It's like, so if you're finding yourself drained by certain relationships, you're asked to really look into that. You know, what does that mean? And is this a relationship that's worth it, you know? So, you know, and those can be big decisions to make. But I think it's more about at this time, as it's almost like we have to sometimes go in order to go out. So we're gonna, you know, kind of retreat, go inside a little bit, you know, do what we need to do, keeping it close to home, only, you know, maybe making sure you're very selective over who you're letting in your house, who you're letting touch you, who you're letting in your ear, right? Telling you stuff, all that stuff. And keeping it kind of close knit, but with the right people for yourself as you're doing this repair work. Not repaired, because that makes it seem like you're broken. You're not broken, right? We're all growing and developing our entire lives. That's life, right? When a plant stops growing, it's then, you know, it dies. Like it's just, so it's kind of like that cycle. I'm not trying to be morbid or anything like that, but it's like if we're not living, then we're dying. In a very simplistic fashion. Okay. I look at it more, like I said, like with plants or something. It's like, and you have to be in the right environment. You keep the pot small too, right? At first you have a small pot. That's all the plant can handle. And then as it grows, it moves to a bigger pot, bigger pot, bigger pot. But you don't want to shock that plant by all of a sudden moving it from this little small container to a giant, you know, 1 gallon planter. It's not, you know, that's it's not going to know what to do. But what you do is you keep everything close. And as you're healing and as you're getting stronger and as you're getting closer to your desires and your wishes and your success and all that, and then maybe you're becoming a little more like, you know, expansive and wanting to reach out to other people and letting other people in, because you're getting stronger. It's just like with a baby. The baby's protected, right? Baby, protect the baby, protect. Gets a little more maybe braver, freer, you know, or the parent says, okay, we're going to loosen some restrictions. You know, you're 10 now you're 18. You know, it's like, but we need to be kind of close to home, so to speak, even if it's not your actual home. Keep it sort of within to really, once that's released, you can really expand. Oh, check out your September reading. Oh man, I just realized this is so connected to that now that I'm talking. So there is some sort of emergence for September for you, a big emergence. All right. It's like, you should see the card that came out. It was amazing, but just incredible visual that came out for you then. I might have it here, but anyway, so yeah, this is definitely a big time of awakening here, of, again, just like feeling that connection. Oh, here, look at this. Expansion. This is what you had in your September reading. So I encourage you to take that out. The first card out was expansion. Now, doesn't that remind you of a phoenix rising, right? Phoenix. And also just the whole world. Here we are with the whole world here. And this is just like coming out. And you also had something about like new adventures, and sun energy came in. It was absolutely beautiful. Like it was such a nice reading for September. You know, nothing's perfect, but like it was definitely a nice energy. So, but you know, life's life, you know, we're not going to have perfection all the time, right? And what is perfection? Okay, we have the law of mentalism here. Get clarity on your core values and commit to what really matters. Yes, that goes along with what I'm saying. Like, look within, right? Look within to go out, right? That's just going to lead to much more success here. I hope I'm making sense. I feel the way I feel it makes sense, but the way it's coming out might not. And I'm sorry about that. And I've been trying to keep these readings shorter, and I'm almost at an hour. Sorry. But I mean, not sorry. I hope you're enjoying this is what I should say. All right. Let's get love messages. Whoa. Oh boy. Okay. So someone's message to you. I just heard, good golly, Miss Molly. Could be. This is like a separation, by the way. Or on their way out, maybe a Euro, I don't know. But I have unwittingly sabotaged our connection. Don't they know it? And I'm done playing games. You or them. Roles can always be reversed. Let's get one more of these. You inspire me in so many ways. So it's not separation deck. This is a brand new deck for me. So Well, I've had it a while. I just haven't used it. So there we are. You're an inspiration to someone. And, you know, it's always most important, though, to be the inspiration to yourself, right? These things I'm saying might sound corny or trite or cliche or something, but they're true from my experience anyway, and the people I work with. Pretty sure I'm going to be opening to personal readings sometime this fall, okay? Whoa, whoa. All right, we're taking this one. Whoa, whoa. Oh, and this one. All right, you have, when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you've shared with those you love. The roses are coming through. Here we go. And they all have roses. They do. You had rose come through a lot in your reading too for September, Libra. And then you have trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept your current situation, it will automatically transform. Okay, we can choose to believe that or not, right? And then we have forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. So this whole trust card, I said we can choose to believe it or not. It's not, I feel like a lot of the times in life we do accept our situation. That doesn't automatically transform it. We have to take steps, all right? So that's why I don't feel like it's like, oh, and then magically, once we accept it, like, yeah, this sucks, you know, I accept it. And now it magically just transforms. The way I'm taking it, I can be pretty literal sometimes. I'm like, no, that's not how it happens. I have to make it change, right? We have to take the wheel of fortune there, right? And they want me to get one more. Anyway, the past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. Own it. All right. Okay, next, let's get you an empath empowerment card, and then an animal card and an angel card. Thanks for those of you who have subscribed, liked, who leave comments. I appreciate your support very much. And please do feel free to hit that like button now if you're enjoying this. Leave me a comment. Consider subscribing, especially if you've been back a couple times. I see a lot of my viewers, like only half are subscribed. So it'd be great to get that number up. Anyway, because I am trying to do this full time. So it would be good. Let's see. Oh, be lighthearted. Oh, and that's the full card energy right there. So be lighthearted. Set your intention to be easygoing and playful today. Maybe if it's just for today. Gift yourself some carefree time to have fun. And release your critical voices within. When a critical inner voice says, I'm not enough, or I'm too sensitive, immediately counter it with, that's not true. Focus on loving thoughts instead. All right. Okay, then. I'm going to be, well, I have already also posted an all signs weekly reading by the time you've seen this. I try to do the Libra weekly Sunday afternoon to keep it consistent. If you have better time suggestions for when I should be posting readings, like let me know. I've looked at my YouTube analytical data and it's like all over the place. So there's like no consistency to it. So anyway, as far as like when to release and stuff like that. So butterfly card 44, release. This is your crown chakra. It's time to let go of what has served its purpose. Allow your next level self to emerge. Reveal your true colors to the world. This is a deck by Britta Bowman. It's, what is it? The Animal Healing Oracle. Yep, it's a beautiful deck. I love it. Look at that, the gilding. I have more of her decks on the way, so I'm really psyched. I love animal decks. They're my favorite. All right. This is what I do with the donation money that you leave me. There's a PayPal link in the description box and on my about section, and that's what I do. I buy new decks. So here's the Seahorse, card 8. So I want to point out you have 44, which is an 8, and then you have another 8. So solution. This is root chakra. So we go from crown to root, root to crown, right? Alignment here. A brilliant answer to your question is closer than you think. Don't make things too complicated. Allow life to be easy. That's another message you're getting. Easy going, right? Easy going. Let up on yourself, right? Even if it's just very brief, okay? And you have 15, 15. Hey, your first card out was a 15. This Gemini here, 15. Yeah, that was your first card out. Yep. And then you have 15 with this. So now you have 4 15s. So maybe you're born on the 15th, or the number 6 is important, or 1s or 5s. But sign of faith. Make necessary changes to achieve dreams. All right. That's what I have for you today, Libra. And one more number card. Oh, 333. They wanted one more. 333, sign of protection. Know you're protected. Your angels guide you to the right path. All right. So thank you, Libra, for tuning in, watching. I really appreciate it. And have a wonderful week.